Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the daily briefing for Lasham, 26th of June 2025. So the synoptic situation, and this was as of midnight last night, a very weak occluded front went through. And this cold front here that we can see over Ireland as of midnight is roaring its way through and should be past us by midday. So at the moment, this cloud and associated rubbish we have outside is really associated with this cold front. It's very fast moving, as you can see, and we're going to be left behind with west southwesterly sort of winds a bit later. Okay, so the cloud radar then. So here's the back end of that cold front. You can see that very, very clearly, and this is running up till just before 9 o'clock. One more out of it. No. So we're underneath this lower cloud at the moment, and here's a back end of the front, which should be past us around about 11. Rain associated with that front, we can clearly see. It's fizzling out a little bit as it comes towards us, but there's a lot of rain out there at the moment. And if I run through the rain predicted, Met Office predicted rain radar, you can see here's that frontal system, and it is roaring through at a fairly brisk rate actually. So it should be clear of us around about 11:30, leaving us in a relatively dry air mass behind it, albeit windy. If I run through the TAF, Odium's got a huge TAF, so I'll quickly go through the METAR on that. 50 knots in the southwest, broken cloud at 1,300 feet, and I'll spend a bit more time going through the Farnborough one. Okay, so they are talking 8 knots from the west-southwest, broken cloud at 1,800 feet, 30% probability between 8 and 11 this morning, 7,000 meters, broken cloud at 1,200 feet, light rain and light rain showers, with 30% probability temporarily between 11 and 4, wind 15 knots from the west-southwest with gusts up to 25, and from midday till 3 this afternoon, becoming 10k or more, no clouds below 1,500 feet. So there is an improvement after the front. Spot winds are giving us 260.25 at 2,000 feet. So the upper winds are all definitely westerly, although we've got a little bit of southwest in the flow at the moment. And here's windy, giving us a southwest. But if I run this through till about 2 o'clock today, you'll see the wind go definitely around to the west. So the airfield wind is favouring westerly today. Local forecasts got crud until around about 11, and then it's going to be reasonably clear all afternoon. Southwesterly winds at the moment becoming westerly, but the thing I've highlighted here are the gusts. Okay, as the front comes through, the wind's going to increase, gusts of maybe up to 30 knots or so, and then after the front has gone through, we're still going to keep then gusts up to 35, maybe even 36 knots. So it's going to be a very challenging day when we get out to go flying. GFS is giving us a max temperature today of 22 with a dew point down at 15, and the view outside the window is such I think it's too early to talk about a clearance behind this front at the moment, but it is getting brighter the further west you go, and the wind is probably around about 250 thereabouts on the surface. Temperature is slowly rising, 17 degrees, and I'm just going to click on the gusts. These are the local gust modes. So you have a bit of a gusty session about 25 knots early. It's calming down at the moment, and then as the front comes through, that'll rise again. Okay, significant weather then for top meteo. Here's the rain associated with that cold front going down pretty well the length of the country. This is at 10 o'clock today, but that should be clear as around about 11, 12. A couple of showers on the south coast may be a factor. I think we're probably going to be okay where we are. There's odd little showers around. And then after round about 2 o'clock today, it's going to be clear for the rest of the day. Sky sight is giving us an indication of low cloud initially, lowish cloud, no real thermals at all till after the front has gone through. And then we could expect some 4.5 knot thermals or so. later on into the day, but it's going to be relatively short-lived, I fear. Winds west southwesterly, becoming westerly as the day goes on, but with gusts of, they're only giving 25 knot gusts actually, so we'll need to compromise between all the forecasts. Okay, sky side cross section is giving us a low cloud initially. Rain around about 10:30 till 12:30, and then clear enough. They're giving another batch of rain actually coming through, which was on the significant weather forecast, but I can't really see it on the synoptic. So there may be a little trough line perhaps behind this front. So they are giving a little bit more rain and then clear for the afternoon. No tons wise, I'm only going to mention 11, which is temporary danger area 92, basically out over the Solent, but it's UAS up to 600 feet. 29 is Barton Stacey up to 1600 feet, and 30 is flare firing at Thursley this evening. So let's have a run through airfield operation then. So here's a cross section from Odium. This is the lower cloud we've got, thinning out as the day goes on, as quite severe turbulence slow down, and with gusts to 24 knots later on, possible gusts to 26. But the wind is predominantly going around onto sort of west southwest. Strong wind warning of gust 26 out throughout the day, and you can see the cloud thinning after the front has gone through. So 2XL, no movements to report. We have strong southwesterly winds with gusting 32 first thing, but it's veering as the front goes through to westerly, gust 36, possible gusts of 36 this afternoon. A weak cold front with associated rain is due over the next few hours. Cloud base starting at 800 feet, becoming 2,500 foot mid-afternoon, and a couple of warnings here, please. Gusty wind, so keep a good eye out for ground handling and canopies, and it's going to be turbulent low down. We have 2K21s on the booking system with instructor and students, 2K21s on the 5-day course flying. They're going to start off in the simulator, 1K21 on the casual list. We will need volunteer, please, to instruct. I know Chris Marin is around. Remaining two-seaters are available. However, I suggested with the forecast gusts today that the K13s should stay in the hangar, and all single-seaters are free. It's not really going to be baby grub weather either. So I plan to set up on 27. The wind, I've been out, driven out in the airfield. The wind is about 250 at the moment, but the upper winds are going to be more westerly. Winds will be on the south, aerotow on the north if we aerotow. Usual takeoff on the grass, landing both sides. Clean at the end of the day, please, and reminder of the buggies. And the simulator is available, but I know the keys have gone out and the course guys are probably booting it up as we speak at the moment. So operationally today, we are going to set up on 27. The wind should be the far end south side. Any aerotowing, if we do, will be on the north. I'll put a stronger wind arrow today from the west southwest. We'll need to suck in and see if the wind favours 2-3 more than 2-7. We can easily change, but I suggest with the format of the weather and this front going through, it is going to go around on 2-7, and 2-7 should be the runway for today. So I recommend we get things ready to go out flying. I will monitor the situation, of course. I might even set up the launch point vehicle on 2-7 early, but we need to suck it and see. I think there is going to be a bit of rain before we actually get out for the serious flying. So I suggest you DI the K21s, go back, sit in the warm, have a nice cup of coffee, and then as soon as we can go out, we'll be ready to go. Okay, see you all later. Bye.